Okay, I've come up with an idea. So I'm not looking for love, but I am looking for a handyman. Okay, you can be a live-in handyman, but you need to be able to build your own granny flat to live in. Okay, there's a spot already there, the slabs are down, everything's connected to it. It just needs something on top of it. So you can live in there. You can live in there for free on the conditions that when I ask you to do a job around the house or anything, like you just have to maintain the garden. But inside the house, if I ask you to do something, you just have to be able to do it. It's just pretty simple. That's all I need from you, right? I'll pay all the bills and all of that, whatever. You can just be the handyman. Anyway, so to apply for this, there's actually nowhere you can apply, but it sounded really good in my head. And it would be lovely. Like, you know, that's all I'm asking for. And yeah, so good luck applying, and may the best man win. Maybe, if you can get through.
Honestly, I think there are a lot of dudes that would take this action. Free rent, free everything paid for, just to kind of build my own place, stay out there, and then whenever you need me, I'm kind of an on-call handyman. I think a lot of dudes would take that action. Drizzle, drizzle, baby.
Y'all would not believe what just happened. Like, I literally went on a date with a guy, and let's just say, mind you, he's sitting right next to me. I ordered what I want. He didn't want to order anything because he ate. So he just ordered a drink. I ordered what I wanted, and he hears it clearly because he's right next to me. The food comes. He started making all these comments. Oh, you ordered that? Oh, you gonna eat all that? Mind you, I told him that my friend flew into town and that after dinner I was gonna go see her.
Okay, so you're setting it up like he's the one to blame. Like he's supposed to be babysitting you and babysitting your order. So you ordered something and you said, well, he was sitting right there and he saw it, and I've got a girlfriend coming into town. The man shouldn't have to make the comments that he made, because you should be disciplined enough to know, hey, this is a first date. This is first impressions. Let me make a good impression. You don't go out there just really buying everything off the menu. You don't know this guy. You could have at least waited for the second date, but go ahead.
Because she wanted me to pull up on her or whatever. He's like, did you order some food for your friend? He was like, if I wasn't here, would you order all that? Baby, you think I can't afford a meal? I said, honestly, if you wasn't here, I would have still ordered like this. This is how I eat with my friends. This is how I eat when I'm by myself.
But that's the thing. You're not with your friends. I don't think that you really even know this guy. And once again, it goes back to presentation and how you show up to dates. You have to have, honestly and truly, some sort of decorum, some sort of integrity about yourself. You have to look within inside yourself and say, man, you know what? This is a first date. Let me pull it back a little bit. But this is the attitude of a lot of modern women. When they get on the date, they just go crazy. And they say, well, I would afford this and I would do this myself and da 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 da. Yeah, that's great. But there's certain things that a man would do around his friends or by himself that you're expecting him not to do on that first date. And the more and more you guys go out, the more and more you feel comfortable with each other, and the more and more comes out. But on that first date, and you're already starting like this, that's a red flag.
Crazy. But the kicker is, this man said, oh, I'm gonna go. I said, okay. He lays down $100, walks off. Mind you, he called us a black truck to dinner. So I rode with him in an Uber. He left. He didn't say anything besides I'm gonna go, and then set the money down and then dipped off. He didn't ask if I needed a ride, how was I gonna get home. He didn't ask what the bill was, nothing. Mind you, this is a 45-year-old man, grown Nigerian man.
So there's a few things that she's talking about here, specifically with the black truck, the Uber. Now we know Uber Black is pretty expensive. So basically she's saying he's got money. And then when she goes there, she says, okay, he threw down $100 bill and he dipped out. Number one. Number two, he wasn't even concerned about how I was going to get home. Well, no, probably not, because you were being rude. He asked you something and then you responded in a way that was rude. Well, I would have ordered this if I was with my friends, da 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 da. Right? Okay, cool. But that should have been a trigger to you to say, well, maybe, just maybe, I shouldn't have ordered this. And if you had already ordered it, I don't expect you to say, you know what, cancel those items that I ordered. I expect you to acknowledge, yeah, I shouldn't have done that. Sorry. Hey, you know what? I'll pay for it. And by that time, he probably would have, oh, I appreciate the apology. I'll go ahead and pay for it. And you guys could have moved on through the date without really any problems, because now he knows that you can recognize that you did too much. And at that point in time, you can take accountability and apologize. But you did none of those things. Instead, you were combative about it. And you said, you know what, with or without you, I'm still going to do me. And when you say that to men, they're going to be like, okay, well, I give you the choice to do you without me. And that's exactly what he did. Here's $100. I'm going to bounce. So you do you by yourself. And you said you had a girlfriend coming into town that you was going to go link up with. How about you go do that now? End the night early with me, and you can go link up with her and have a good time. But it seems like throughout your good time, it wasn't good enough for you to forget him. You just had to come on here and try to blast. Oh, and he was 42. It does not matter. How old are you? Acting like you're acting. At this point in time, unfortunately, with your entitlement, this is why men ignore. This is why men don't want to pay for dates. This is why men don't want to pick you up and do all the nice chivalrous things, because you're a burden. This is laborious. This is unpleasant work. Courting is not great. It's not fun to be around this type of person that expects, oh, I'm just going to do whatever. I'm just going to act natural. I'm going to act normal. You don't know him yet. At least go on a second date before you start ordering the entire restaurant. Are you insane?
Yeah, your husband should remain attracted to you and in love with you, no matter what you look like. I mean, ideally. And it sounds really good in theory, but in practice, I'm not sure it always works out that well. I think it's a really heavy burden that we put on men to just remain attracted to your wife. Like, it shouldn't matter what I look like. It shouldn't matter how much weight I gained. I had his kids. Okay, I get that. But you can still drop a little weight, and you will never be what you were before you had kids. I get that. I'm a mother too. My body is not the same as it was before I had him. And never will be. But you can try. I think a man would be attracted to you even if you ain't perfect. Nobody's perfect. If he sees you trying, making good choices when you eat and trying to remain active and fit and getting to the gym, just try. But to think that a man is going to just remain attracted to you through the years and you're not even remotely resembling what you were when he married you is completely unfair. Unless you just had some catastrophic accident or some debilitating disease or something like that, which again, that is rare. Thank God those types of situations are rare. But just because you had kids, that ain't really a good enough excuse. You got to try, and he would be attracted to you just for trying. And speaking of kids, y'all will have all these kids because you've grown up wanting to have a certain number of kids, and no matter what, you're going to have them. You're going to trade your kids for your husband, though? Because now you 3 times the size you was, but you put the burden on him. It's not fair. It's not fair.
But we expect men to have empathy for our issues, right? Why is that so hard? It's not a competition. We can listen to men when they're struggling in certain areas and then also have our own set of issues. I just don't get why it's considered brag-worthy to not have empathy for other people.
I would not cook for a man because waiting until marriage to do wifely things, I'm a huge advocate for that.
I get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You protecting yourself. I get that. But me, on the other hand, I don't want to feel like I have to shrink myself to protect myself. I just don't want to be. I want to be able to be me. I'm naturally a provider. And it's not because I got money or because, you know what I'm saying, I just want to pay bills. I want to make your life easier.
Right.
In a masculine way, making your life easier, taking that financial stress off your back. I can wear that. That's fine. I'll do better with it. And then making you feel protected. I feel like in a feminine way, you want to make my life easier. That I don't know how to cook. Everybody want to know red flag of Dita Dita can't cook. You know what I'm saying? My girl cook, and she great, and she cooked all my meals. She's a natural nurturer. Yes. Oh my God, and that's so I love that, bro. And it was never a requirement. I never came in like, oh, you gotta cook, you gotta clean. Man, my girl, she just gave that naturally. My daughter, I will raise my daughter like you. Don't you do none of this shit until wood. But I definitely appreciated that with Manny, because it's not, I'm looking to give and she's looking to give. A toxic person is looking to receive. Man or woman, they just looking to receive. Yeah. We were both looking to give. Think about it. If you giving to him, he giving to you, y'all cups could never be empty. Y'all That's both true. Pouring to each other. You protecting him, you watching his back, he's watching your back. How the fuck did y'all get hurt?
I mean, I hear you, but I guess I don't understand, right? Because are you wanting your daughter to be single, continue to be single? Because you're saying the things that attract you to your lady, and then you're going to raise your daughter not to do those things. Well, don't do it until you get a ring. Well, what is she going to be doing? Okay, she doesn't do cooking and cleaning, but what is she going to be doing then? Well, I have so much more to give. Like what? I hope you're teaching her, okay, this is the value that you can bring. This is how you show that you appreciate him. And none of this soft life, soft girl era nonsense. Because men, in this day and age, there's too many modern women talking about that. So how are you going to differentiate yourself and say, yes, I am actually here for you, and I actually want to reciprocate the energy that you're giving me?
Like you said, you would think most women want honesty and communication, but he's right. Most women can't handle it. And I've had to be real of like, okay, I say I don't want a man who cheats, but can I handle when he comes to me with a real conversation? Boom. I don't know what it's like to be married for 20, 30 years. You don't think in 20, 30 years he gonna have an urge to cheat? Boom. Can I handle the real conversation? But you don't think I can handle the real conversation of him? Let's say he comes to me first, then he don't cheat. Yeah. He comes to me and he's like, babe, I love you. I'm really having these urges. Am I prepared for that conversation? Am I going to make it about me and make it all personal? Of how could you do this to me? And how could you even? He's coming to you with real problems. And you can't handle the truth, but you signed up to do life with this person. You don't even know what you signing up for.
She definitely has a point. But unfortunately, her point is going to go unnoticed. It's going to go right out of the ears of modern women because they're not worried about this anyway. They're just worried about the money portion. He can go do whatever he wants to do. They're not really there to love and commit to the man. They're just there to get on a yacht, get on a private jet, buy me a car, buy me a house, buy me clothes, buy me all of these things. And that's it. So you make a great point, but they're not there to be faithful. They're there for the man's money.
See, I don't know who needs to hear this, but I'm okay with my man having control. 100% control. I'm okay with that. I want my man's steps to be ordered by God, and I want my steps to be ordered by my man and God. If that man tells me he don't like my outfit and I need to go change, guess what I'm doing, baby? I'm changing. If that man tell me he don't want me to go to that club, guess where I'm not going? To that club. You know why? It's because I trust him to protect me. And if you got a man that you cannot take his leadership, you don't need to be with that man. And that's just energy.
Again, great points. But for modern women, they are not going to want to submit at all. They're going to see it as controlling. They're going to see it as that man is extremely insecure. They should be able to move in and about the house, bring over anybody that they want to, say whatever they want to say, whatever they want to wear. Just be out at all times of the night, moving around like they're single, and expect a man to say, you know what? I love you just the way you are. I really do. Don't change one single thing about yourself. But the man is expected to change everything. Build your life around that woman. Do you think that's fair? They know it's not fair, but they don't care because society has told them you are a princess and you deserve the utmost respect, the best treatment, regardless of what you give back. You shouldn't have to give anything back in order to get this. Rather than saying you are worthy of respect as a human being, but you are not owed anything unless you can produce something that benefits and values that other person. Y'all can be friends. For sure, y'all can be acquaintances, but the man doesn't owe you anything. He doesn't have to give you anything. Unless you guys decide mutually, we are going to give our lives and ourselves to each other. That's how we're going to rock it. But modern women are saying, no, the man needs to give his life, his body, everything to me. He needs a sacrifice for me. But what am I going to do in return? Maybe say thank you every so often. Maybe give him a pat on the back and let that be it. Modern women logic. But that's just my opinion. Until the next video, I'm out.